It's Grand Finals day here at the ESL Pro League Finals in Odense. And this time around, just before we get to the main event, we are going to be having an awesome show match for the UC Esports League. And that's two of our local Danish teams competing against each other. It started with 16 teams at the beginning of ODCon, battling it out and getting here to the grand final. And to talk with me through all of this, I'm going to have none other than Yuna, aka Natu. We're back. It's like Pro League all over again, but this time at a normal time of day.
At Pro League.
Yeah, at Pro League. Yeah, see, okay. An online Pro League in a LAN Pro League.
That's true. Yeah, no, it's always good to see new breed come through, obviously. That's the name of the game today.
Yeah, massively so. And let's be honest, right? Denmark, it doesn't need any more help in getting better at this point. They are the best teams in the world. They are the craziest, and they've got the best frags as well.
That's very true. I think it's unfair at this point.
Yes.
As a fellow Nordic man.
Hey, you can take some of that, right? Play them a bit of credit.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, no, I mean, the Nordics have always been Counter-Strike crazy. We've always had tremendous success. If you think back in Sweden, obviously has been a big Counter-Strike country for pretty much, I think that's where, I feel like Stockholm is probably like the grounds where Counter-Strike came from back in the day. You know, they used to have a lot of LAN cafes and a lot of teams came from there. Obviously, Finland has its history as well, but Denmark is just taking over. They're taking over the world.
Well, we're going to show you guys exactly what is going to be happening throughout today in the schedule. And starting with, it is our show match here. And then we'll be moving on to the grand finals between Astralis and Team Liquid in a best of 5 at 4 p.m. CET, which I know everyone out there is waiting for. But I love that we get to start with a bit of a Danish matchup, a bit of a show match here between teams that it gets to show us the up-and-coming talent, right?
It's great to get a warm-up, obviously. I think that final is going to be a banger for sure. There's so much on the line for that one that this is going to be one heck of a Sunday.
Now, there was 16 teams, obviously, that came here. They wanted to compete. They wanted to be in a grand final spot, and they get an awesome opportunity to be on the big stage in front of thousands, literally thousands, of Danish fans screaming in the crowd. Yeah,
it's cool. I mean, this is the kind of, I think, the fuel to the fire. If you have that itch to play competitively, you get that opportunity to play in this kind of a environment in front of a crowd. That's very cool. I remember way back when, in 2001, we're going 17 years back the line in years, and I remember my first time getting to play in front of a crowd in Korea under WCG back then, and that definitely, I was like 16, 17 at the time, and obviously I think that was a big reason of why I got so into esports, because of just getting that opportunity to play in front of a crowd so early on in my career.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about, right? You feed off the energy you get into that moment.
Exactly. It's something else. You can't really get that anywhere else, really.
No, not at all. But we are going to feed off someone else's energy right now. We're going to go over to Hugo and Harry, who are down on the floor, getting themselves ready to bring us into this game. How's it going, guys?
Yeah, man, it's going good. The crowd here's already filling up, and you know, they're coming out to support some of these Danish teams, some of these up-and-comers, and then later on, obviously, Astralis. Hugo, how you feel it?
I'm feeling great, Harry. I mean, it's so sick that ESL went all out. We got this awesome crowd, this awesome stage. They tried to match it by, you know, searching far and wide, getting the best possible talent for this show match. But unfortunately, Henry and Sedo aren't available. So we're here right now doing it for you guys. But, you know, we'll give it our all.
Right. Yeah, so we'll throw this one back over to you, James, and let you run away with it.
Thank you, guys. Hey, I think they do a damn good job anyway, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think at least for Hugo, this is like the biggest stage is Katakass so far. I think he was talking about it before. So the boys have been really doing a good job in enjoying the energy that's been going on. Obviously, the Danish crowd is helping them a lot. You know, that's easy to feed off energy from that.
Yeah, and what we have just heard as well, the first map's going to be Mirage that we look at in that sense. So at least a middle ground, I would say, for any teams. Everyone should be able to play that, right?
Yeah, I mean, so one of the, probably along with Cash, the most played map in PUGs across the world. So you would imagine that everyone's comfortable with the map for sure.
And this is what thing is for me, right? I want to look at this, and it's not so much of which team wins. It's more like, okay, I want to see the level of Counter-Strike. I want to see how much these guys are maybe studying like demos from pro teams, trying to apply it to their own game. This is a time for them to shine, but also a lot of nerves are going to come into it with that big crowd behind them, probably for the first time as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, teams always they try and mimic and go through the demos from the big teams, and then you kind of learn through that it's not only about mimicking the strategies, it's about execution. That's what these top teams really are so flawless on so many times. So that's always going to be fun to see how developed they are.
Well, we're going to find out how developed they are very soon as OJ is on the stage, ready to bring the teams on.
Cheers, big guy. Yes, here we are. Are we excited for a grand final Sunday? We love this crowd. Can I just say, from everyone who has worked on this show, this crowd is up there with the best we've ever had. And what this is a nice little amuse-bouche, a starter before the main course later on. Is Astralis going to win? Easy question, and I just want to put this out there. Astralis will be playing in what is going to be the biggest CSGO match of all time. There's $1 million on the line if they win the match this afternoon. But first off, let's talk about this, the UC Esport League Winter Cup. Now, this is 16 teams, all from Denmark, 2 left. We're about to bring them onto the stage. This is a big moment for both these teams. So I want you, in the finest voice you have, to be as loud as you can as we welcome eSpuma and KPG Red. Of both the teams we have with us, let's get both captains out. Can I have Freddie and Spoody? Freddie, where's Freddie? Where's Spoody? Are they the captains? Forget it, doesn't matter. Come on out. Are you the captain? Come on out, let's have a word with you. And who's the captain from this team? Come on out. First off, what's it like playing here in Odense in front of this crowd?
Oh, it's absolutely amazing. I've never tried nothing like this.
Are you nervous?
I'm a bit nervous, yes. It's my first time on stage, so yeah.
Don't feel nervous. Make him feel welcome. Listen to that. You've got to take that energy and use it. How are you going to approach this team?
We're just going to play our own game and walk together and entry each other and trade each other. And yes, we're just going to play our own game.
And what do you want to say to this Danish crowd?
Should I say it in Danish or English?
Say whatever you want.
Okay, er I fucking klar derude, eller hvad?
I think that might have been a swear word. Family show. Good luck. What about you as well? I mean, this is a big moment. We're up on the stage here. Big old crowd here. How are you going to handle this experience?
We played here last year where we lost 16 to 13, but we're definitely back for revenge this time.
What have you changed up?
We have a really good T-side this year. Last year we didn't manage to get that many rounds, but we're confident we're going to win pretty big this time.
Well, there's a trophy there. You might be lifting it. What do you want to say to this crowd?
Her på os, vi maskiner.
Family show. Right then, boys, take your computers. Both of you get on your computers. Here we go. I want noise. Let's start today properly. Are we ready? Are we ready? Let's get it on.
I found... What?
All right, so we've seen our teams come on and get themselves ready. We get to see Mirage first, and at least they're out there looking like they're having fun regardless.
Yeah, I mean, a bit of nerves in the play there. You saw that first interview. You could definitely tell that he was a little rattled by the situation, overwhelmed, if you will.
Yeah.
And that's fair game, right? I mean, you're used to playing in your bedroom, in your gaming room, whatever. That's a bit of a different environment than being put on a stage with the amazing lighting and just kind of the feel that you have, obviously, the buzz is great when you're on that kind of stage.
Oh yes, and I think
that's what I miss about playing. By the way, I don't miss grinding the game. I don't miss practicing 10 hours a day. I miss competing. I miss these kind of situations when you're on a stage in a competitive game where you're gonna put all that practice that you have put into it into actual practice.
Well, imagine getting that for your first stage game, right? It doesn't even compare to what we started with all them years ago.
I love the fact that there's a bit of rivalry going on here. They talked about last year, it was a 16-13 game. I think, if I might be mistaken, I think eSpuma won it last year, 16-13. Yeah, I mean, it's always good that there's a bit of a, they've got something to prove here. So
it's revenge time then?
Yeah.
That's what we're going to see if it goes down. And Mirage, at least, is one of those maps, right, where we're going to get these kind of close back and forth games. Especially if they end up being quite evenly matched here. I'm looking forward to just seeing the straight head-to-head up duels. Who's going to be going out and mad fragging their way through it? Yeah, and basics of Counter-Strike, right? You want to see good training. You want to see the basics of Counter-Strike, how do teams that are grassroots levels and kind of trying to learn their way through. And also one other thing is that obviously, young players that don't have a lot of experience, it's cool to see if there's anyone that we should be putting our eyes on.
this is one of those places where you get to see that.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? We talk about the grassroots levels. You wonder why Denmark in particular is so damn good at Counter-Strike. Well, this is the reason why. You give opportunities like this to young up-and-coming teams and give them a chance to shine on the big stage and show their skill. You never know, we could be looking at the next member of Astralis one day.
Exactly. I mean, that's the dream, right? For all these players, I think it's really cool to see the fact that we have a lot more of this grassroots level stuff, because that's the way that we can get this new talent on the server.
Hey, knife time. Oh,
no,
that was real quick. That was the quickest knife ever.
Yeah, someone won. I'm not sure which did.
That was you blink and you miss it moment of knives.
Almost like the match last night between Liquid and MIBR.
Yeah, that was a very spicy game in that sense. We expected MIBR to put up a fight, and instead Astralis went, no, we want to be real quick to get our 1 million, please. Let's just make this easy.
I had a funny encounter with Stewie actually last night. I was asking him, how you doing, buddy? He says, it's been a long night. I'm like, well, it didn't seem that long to me, to be honest. He took it well, though. We're all mates, of course. A bit of joking is always, appropriate.
Yeah, that's what I got right. When I did the loser interview with him, I sat there and I'm like, oh man, this is going to be rough, because it wasn't even like they stood a chance. It was just complete being destroyed and Astralis doing what they do best.
Yeah, I mean, for MIBR, it's tough. Obviously, they set the bar so high for themselves. Not able to deliver when it really matters, obviously, it's dreadful. I think so far they've shown they're the kind of team that can actually take it to Astralis. So first, though, you have to be able to beat the teams on the way to that final to even get a chance, get a crack at playing Astralis. Obviously, they've had that before. But Liquid, I mean, they've had a tremendous run in this tournament. They've just dismantled everyone besides Astralis, who has just been, obviously, they're the demon for everyone. But Liquid, on the other hand, is just putting, everyone else to pieces, basically. And
that's the thing, right? That's why they're #1 and #2 in the world, respectively. And this is the time where Liquid are going to want to try and turn it up a notch. And I'm sure, you know, because obviously it's the grand final day. We've got the show match before it. Just adds that extra pressure for these guys on the stage before they get into their little match here.
For sure. I think we're actually going to be getting into the game soon, which is, I think all these players are really anxious, just waiting for that to happen. I think that we might be seeing a bit of scrappiness here in the beginning, because you'd think that this is where the nerves are really going to kick in, and then they'll settle as the game starts going.
Well, it's a completely different environment for these teams, something they're not used to at all. But it's time for us to get into this game. It's time to see if eSpuma can do it, or if KPG Red will be able to do it. And it's going to be happening on Mirage. So make some noise for the guys before they head into this massive match. And it'll be going over to Hugo and Harry to deliver the commentary.
Yeah, thank you very much, James. We are about to head into this one, and I mean, I'm looking forward to it. We get to see some up-and-coming Danish teams up on this stage in front of the Danish crowd. So that's going to be fun for these guys. I think, you know, probably their first time up on stage in this sort of atmosphere.
Yeah, definitely. And straight into the pistol round here, we've got KPG Red on the T side. It's a fast smoke play coming out from the top and middle, and a bit of a flank underpass, but that's spotted. Evans getting tagged. Needs to be careful here. KPG dedicating a lot of players to try and take down this man up top, but he's just going to be hiding in the corner, calling that rotate off of B. But that's some very unfortunate timing, because they've doubled back to short, and here they go into the B bomb site.
Yeah, but Freddy with 2 eyes, he's here, and he's going to look to try and put a bullet between their 2 eyes. Sadly, Fake's going to go to pick him up, so man advantage taken for KPG early on. And now they're going to go to try and get this bomb down. I'll get planted. Little Willie, he's going to go ahead and spring to life. Eben's in with another, and they are finding these owners. They are getting into the bomb site. Fake's trying to do what he can, but Eben's, he's shutting down everybody.
Yeah, we've still got this boost up from Haiku, but the bomb, it's already getting defused, and it's in the smoke. The spam through from Thobo finds 3, but the defuse is there. eSpuma picking up that pistol round. That's a very unfortunate way to lose the start of a show match, Harry.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Caps just in that smoke. Go for the defuse. Got to admire the confidence to go ahead and stick it. Got to admire the, you know, having the balls to try that up here on the big stage.
Especially when it is the first time for many, if not all of these players here. These guys are so young, and as talked about on the desk, knowing about how much talent comes from Denmark in CS. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if this is, you know, experience to help get these guys up on the big stages in the future. But for now, Harry, it's just that buy-up. We've even got KPG fully forced with 2 AKs. Pretty decent buy, all things considered. And they're going to go again into that underpass, bomb up in the palace, looking for an A split.
Yeah, they almost certainly are. There are going to be 3 players stacked up here for eSpuma, and over towards short. Freddy actually going to get picked up, and now Fake's exiting out from the Palace. Ebens is able to trade things out, but he's got more players coming his way. He's actually somehow managed 2 with that scout, and now DJ looking to try and make some noise down here toward ramp. Not able to find anything just yet. Caps on this rotation back through CT spawn. That bomb still has to go down for KPG. They do have a minute left, so plenty of time. But they are allowing eSpuma to get into these forward positions and be here. 2 players pushing over towards jungle. Might try and clear out CT, and that's a decision they might come to regret. Caps is here, but Thobo has picked him up, and now it's DJ. Locked in this 1v3.
Thobo's had a great start to this game, a big pistol round, unfortunately losing, and a couple of key entries to actually pick up this round for KPG, turn it into a situation where they can get it done with the force. Unfortunately, I think DJ, either he's saving or he's misread the situation, because KPG were hiding that bomb at the back of the site, and now DJ's started to realize he is on the wrong side of the map. That's going to be KPG picking up the round, the first here on the T side. Nothing DJ can do about getting back into this bomb site. And they're even in the CT spawn, Harry. They're looking to hunt him down, not let him save this weapon.
Yeah, KPG understandably feeling pretty confident in the fashion in which they're able to take that force by round, so they will be hunted, they will be looking for him. DJ looking like he's going to be allowed to get away with this MP5 at the very least, take it with him into the next round. Ebens, he's going to have a little bit more money than the rest of his team, so maybe we're going to see another scout bought out. Couldn't say I would blame him after that fast double kill he found in the round. But they do manage to find DJ at the very end of things. KPG.
See their coach getting hyped up as well. This is a cool experience, right? Standing up in front of this full Danish crowd and getting a chance to see your team actually win a force buy against... well, considering in terms of experience, these guys, KPG, definitely looking like underdogs in this matchup. When you look at some of the events they have played in comparison to that of eSpuma. But we'll get to that later. It's another buy round here. eSpuma going to be forcing up into the third. Mag 7 on Ebens as well. Let's see what they can get done with it.
Well, Haiku, he's keeping an eye on the apartments. He's certainly not ready for the players down in lower, so if they do continue pushing up, at least he's got Spuddy here with him. Great name, by the way. Slowly but surely pushing on down. Ebens here with this Mag 7. There's the first man. Haiku trying to step up when they needed to, but Freddy's not so happy with that. Leaving the lower tunnels now is young Freddy up into the apps. He's running away. He's got himself an AK. He's going to take that with him into the next round. And KPG now sitting a man down. What can these youngsters do? Staring it down the face of defeat in this round.
That's a really good trade setup there from eSpuma. Managing to find a 2-for-1 on an eco round like this is going to be so valuable. And getting away with a gun, giving it to Caps, who's full HP. These are all very, very important things for the CT side. KPG now, what have they got up their sleeve? It's looking like a bit of a B-rush. Freddy is going to be the only man here. We do have that AK up on short, though, so keep that in mind. That can help out. There's lots of utility for KPG to get out on this bomb site, but they need the kills behind it. Freddy already spotting out one. Not committing to a duel here, just waiting for that rotation. Trying to buy the time and bait them into Caps, but great entries from Fake will open up the bomb site.
And now Willie K and DJ, they're wondering where this went all so wrong. It was looking good for eSpuma. Now things have turned sour. Oh, these smokes still down, lots of flashbangs up for KPG. Don't imagine they find the shot. They are just going to back away. They're going to have to save, and that means KPG, they dug deep. They're able to find it. Fakes with 2 nice entries in toward that B bomb site. And he's still hunting for a little bit more. He's not content with the 2 frags he's got right now. He's hungry to keep on padding these stats. You want to know one of the reasons why Denmark is such a Counter-Strike nation. It's because of teams, because of possibilities like these men up on stage right now.
Another fairly decent round for KPG, obviously coming out of a bit of a disadvantage there to the pistols, but able to get it done over on the B site. Now we've got eSpuma finally having to throw in an eco round. They have not got the money behind this, Harry. It's $2,000 a player. So a real chance for KPG to start to ramp up this T side, getting the lead by a big way. We've got those SMGs as well to farm up the players that are on just pistols, and there's going to be 4 of them here. Bit of a Palace burst as well. This is a really good idea to run up against the current setup, because if we look, eSpuma, they have one player on this A site. It is that lone FAMAS, but he's surely going to be overwhelmed from this position.
Well, let's see Willie K trying to lay down the pain with his FAMAS, and he's going to go ahead and get one. Does manage to dispatch the fakes, but just misses the timing onto Thobo. That's him dropped. That's him dealt with. Thobo up 6-0, by the way, off the bat. Fantastic stuff from him. And he's hungry for a little bit more. He's waiting here on this corner along with Haiku. Molly goes close. Perfect timing on that. And trapped on the other side. Well, Evans and Freddy, they just cannot get a look into this round, can they? DJ trying to do what he can out from jungle. Doesn't really have any support. He does have the man down and connected now with... Eben's rotated around as well, but he's just looking to hold on to that FAMAS. They get deep within the bomb site, but KPG aren't giving anything up. They do a great job of just getting into those post-plant positions and hiding away. KPG up 3-1, but a buy for eSpuma ready to come in the following round.
Yeah, it was so unfortunate that Molotov coming down was some perfect timing for the T side. We can see DJ trying to probe back in from the jungle, but he didn't want to commit to anything when he didn't have the support of his team in CT. You've got to be really up for the chopping block if you have that double peek come through from the back of the site from ramp. All those post plants that KPG had that weren't even required. And AWP as well into this buy round, Harry, for both sides. Bit of an AWP battle. I'm excited to see who's going to be donning those. We do have Ebens on the CT side. We have Fake on the T side. And Thobo, as you said, he has not stopped. 7-0-0. He's a reverse James Bond, Harry. He's Bames John.
Yeah, he is looking like that right now. He's setting up over towards top mid, only this time we do have that buy, as you say, for eSpuma. The AWP not going to be found in this portion of the map. Instead, that's over towards Palace right now, taking this aggressive peak. Thobo still challenging for mid, does have those two players in connector to worry about, but they've started to back away. Concede mid the way of KPG. Eben's not able to find anything on the early duel up in a Palace. That's important to note as well, because there was Segura there. It's a minute and 10 seconds left. Plenty of time here for KPG. They're starting to push up through short into the ladder and clearing these angles. And Segura could get caught off guard by this ramp push. He does spot it and actually able to shut down the first man. So that's the point man of eSpuma dealt with. Man advantage taken for KPG. 55 seconds left on the clock, and they're going to start to head toward that B bomb site.
They're already up cat as well. They've got the ability to split B from short and apartment. And the thing is, with Haiku in the CT spawn, he's cutting off rotation. So eSpuma, they're going to try and bring this A player back towards the middle, but it's going to get cut down. KPG now absolutely about to crush this bomb site with only 2 players inside. Freddy's hiding on the top of the box, and while they killed all his teammates, he's going to have to go absolutely incredibly.
Ooh. They haven't checked it. Oh, they're going to bail out. The man getting that bomb down, Segura, is saved by Haiku. So KPG maintaining this lead, keeping eSpuma on the back foot.
And a bit of a battering right now, Harry.
Yeah, that timeout's going to get called in. You imagine it would. Their coach has been stood eagerly behind them, ready to get involved. We see him with his little notepad there. He's been writing down the strats, writing down the... I guess the intel on KPG, getting ready for this.
And I'm sure with these being 2 kind of similarly ranked Danish teams, there's going to be some familiarity. They're going to be knowing, you know, a little bit of what the other team is going to be pulling into this game. You always find that, you know, such small nations, everyone knows each other. The population of Denmark is definitely not that big.
And yet, on average, they're so good at Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I know, it's so annoying. So annoying. Way too good. 4-1, though, to KPG Red right now. They are looking damn good into this show match. We've got eSpuma, a tactical timeout. I think they called a second as well.
Yeah, I think they've gone for the double tag.
Wow, back-to-back.
Look at this. Back-to-back timeouts for eSpuma. This is some grand strategy going down on this stage.
I'm ready for some Astralis tier USP rounds.
Yeah,
that's what I'm ready for.
I'm thinking it's got to be nuts right at this point. They've had a minute to kind of mull this one over, figure out how it is they want to approach this round. And they should have a very clear idea of that now. It's also giving KPG a decent bit of time, and actually, looks like the headphones just came off there, so maybe a bit of a tech issue. We'll find out, we'll find out. But I mean, thus far, tell you what, I've been impressed with Ebens. He's been looking good early on. He's had a couple of chance shots with the scout. Haven't got to really see him on the AWP pool too much. I'm hoping we get to see that board out a little bit more in the coming rounds.
So it is a tech issue. That's probably where the second timeout came from, but be getting that resolved. Admin's on the scene right now to fix that problem.
Yeah, it just looks like a headphone problem. They've given him some new ones. He's going to go to whack him in. We're all good. We can get this one back underway very, very shortly. But right now... Oh, don't touch his... It's all good. He's fine.
For those wondering how these two teams got here to play on the stage today, they managed to play in I guess a LAN qualifier essentially here in Odense, while these group stage games and playoffs games have been going on the last few days. And these were the top two that made it through the groups. And what a thing to qualify for. So let's see how far they can go as we keep getting into this one. Should be back into the game shortly, as everyone on eSpuma's side is looking ready to go.
Of course, this is a very cool experience for these guys. A great chance, you get a wealth of experience from playing up on stages like this, right? This is something this team, well, these two teams might not have already had access to before, Hugo.
You've played your fair share of show matches, Harry. You've been up on the big stages before.
I've been in the caches.
Any words?
For one round. It was great getting headshotted by JKS. We could probably ask a few of the players here at this event what that's been like here as well.
Yeah, he's been
popping off.
Yeah.
I suddenly don't feel so bad about getting wrecked by him. But we're back into this one, Hugo. KPG up 4-1. And eSpuma, they've only got this UMP over on Freddy. For the most part, it is just this eco. Couple of pistols bought up here and there. DJ's got the Deeg, for example, and he's got that down here toward the ramp. There are 4 players stacked up for eSpuma in this A-bomb site right now. But KPG early on holding for this information, waiting to see if the CTs do go aggressive, do try and test the waters early on, try and play for some information. Holding this default, and eSpuma won't be giving anything up right off the bat.
The problem is both teams are defaulting. No one wants to go aggressive. No one wants to be that first man to fall. We see a very heavy jungle connector setup from eSpuma, and this would be somewhat of what they, I imagine, will have discussed coming into this round off the back of that timeout. So looking to keep the trade potential high, as they did in that underpass round where pistols just a couple ago. This time they got a lot more to deal with, though. AWP on fake. And back towards the A side for KPG. Their default found nothing early on, so they're going to walk into this, I guess, a stack, you could say. Look how grouped up on the bomb site they are. They're going to start to actually move into these closer angles as well, and that's when these pistols can be very dangerous. The positive for KPG is they've kept so much utility. They're going to be able to Molotov balcony, under balcony, CT, smoked, everything. But 30 seconds left, they've got to make the decision right now.
Well, they are going to start to creep on in. There's a lot of players under Palace, and things heat up for them. They're forced into the arms of these encroaching KPG players. Domo and Fakes in with 2, and Fakes going to go to shut down the players as they get flooded out. Ousted from their little position under Palace. There is no safety when KPG throw those Molotovs in, and now suddenly it's only Freddy and a DJ remaining. Ooh. DJ is going to find one with the Deagle. Fakes up in Palace, does have support from Spuddy down on the ramp, and the bomb is planted for them. Freddy's on this wrap round, and eSpuma, they might have changed their mind. They might try and go for this. Freddy does have a kit to work with, so he has that much more time, but if he does want to go for this one, he's got to try and pick up the pace.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be doable. KPG is still on the bomb site. There's no ninja diffusers today. And obviously only a USP round, Harry, you have to remember that. So 3 kills coming off the back of a very minimal investment is a pretty damn good round from eSpuma. It sets them up if they can win that follow-up rifle round, but so far things have been coming up all red. AK save, that's a bit of an upgrade, but let's see what these CTs have in the bank as we head into another buy round. Nice.
Yeah. It's a good meme. I approve. KPG going to be up 5-1, but yeah, the buy going to be coming in from the eSpuma guys. Double AWP bought out, and that's going to be split between Caps and Ebens. We didn't really get to see Ebens much on the AWP when he did have it. Did do some good work with the scout earlier on in that second round. One that eSpuma did end up giving away. Ooh. They're going to try their hand at aggression down ramp, and that's a good flash thrown in. That allows Willie K and DJ to open up with these 2 frags. It's Freddy helping them out, throwing that flashbang over. Great teamwork there from the eSpuma boys. Bit of a tongue twister. Backed away from the Palace. KPG, they're done with this A-bomb site. They're backing away, and they're going to turn their attention elsewhere.
Yes, it's so hard to come back from a 3-on-5 like this. eSpuma have everything. They have the map control. They've taken down ramp again. They've got the Molotovs. It's KPG there Gonna go bounding into the B bomb site up against one of these double AWPs. In fact, both of them, they're both down towards B. We've got Evans and Caps over here. So KPG, they've already got their work cut out for them. Now they do have the smokes, and that's one thing KPG have been doing well, holding on to this utility. So and execute over the bomb site, and some headshots going to be needed as they run on in. Caps has actually been wall-banged out by Thobo. Great start, but the AWP is still here, and it's tagging away the second man. Eben's waiting at the back of the site. The bomb's getting dropped. Ebens follows up, and just like that, it's Spoody alone in a 1-on-3.
Oh, and Ebens, good as ever. I believe Ebens in Ebens right now. Second round locked in for eSpuma. And Ebens are going to be the man to lead them there. Important to note, Caps, the Ninja Defuse hero of that initial round, still yet to field a kill. Would like to see him maybe pick things up. Yeah, you're going to be under the pressure when you're up on the stage. He has got unlucky in a few of these rounds. That round there, for example, getting wall banged down. How do you even dodge that? This time, though, Orb going to be back out on Fakes. He's turned his attention towards mid, but DJ, he's trying to push up, and Fakes keeping an eye on things, keeping a leash on DJ. Frags go down in the meantime toward middle, and Haiku is there to keep things even. Cap's going to be putting his first frag on the board. When eSpuma, a man down over on this CT side, you are going to be struggling. Something somewhere has to give in this situation, and they have gone lax on that B defense as a result. Leaving Evans there to try and lock things down on his own. Willie K and Freddy. The two players responsible for keeping an eye on this A bomb site right now.
Oh, but Freddy's just left to go watch CT. That's going to leave Willie in the open. He has to push ramp, but this is perfectly timed because KPG, well, they're going to execute the A site. They'll find no one in it. Now, will they remain aware of the possibility of this ramp push as Willie, he's about to hear this flank come out from behind. Molotov's already going in again for KPG. It's just Freddy in the spawn now. He's going to know exactly what's going on. The double back from Willie. Freddy closing the distance, and this bomb, it's going to get thrown onto the site. Yet to be planted. Thobo looking for this entry, but it actually gives away the fact that Freddy's here. He dodges the flashbang and falls on back, but Haiku's already found the kill on the rotating Ebens.
Willie K, though, sneaking out from the ramp. They've got no idea, but they see him, and oh no! It's all falling apart. Freddy left up in this one before. It was looking like Willie K could have saved the round. But in the end, they didn't free Willie. He did end up going down, and that will be the 6th round locked in for KPG Red.
I think one thing that's going to be interesting to see is this AWPing as well on the T side, especially. Fakes has started off this map really nicely, and especially when you're an inexperienced team and don't necessarily know how to shut down an AWP player with your utility, etc. That AWP can be a real problem, and it was Fakes to find the first kill of this round as well, opening it up for KPG, allowing them to get into that A-bomb site. Freddy, in the meantime, he's trying to save his, but he's being double pressured from the site and short. Thobo finds another kill, and KPG find another round.
They most certainly do. Money started to run dry for eSpuma, so now you're in a bit of an awkward spot. Do you go for the force here, bearing in mind that you are double eco on one or two of your players, or do you elect to go for a buy in the next? Ebens would be the only man who actually looks a little bit limited, so maybe we see them just take the eco here, invest on the guys that can afford it, try and do what damage they can. Tactical timeout called in, by the way, for KPG Red.
Got Rudolph down there.
Yeah. Well, you know, the Danes are a big fan of red, you know, like national color, Astralis as well. There's a lot of reasons for it.
KPG calling out a timeout despite winning all these rounds. They just reset eSpuma, and so I'd imagine that this timeout will be to do with the fact that this could be a forced buy. eSpuma could definitely go for a full investment here, so coach slowing everyone down, making sure, remember, these guys play these bait setups, they play these trade setups on these kind of rounds, but luckily enough for KPG, eSpuma, they've not bought up into this one, just pistols. And again, this slow default from KPG. One man outside of the A site to watch the push down ramp that's already been shown from these CTs. But also the rest of them just holding on to the top of mid and the B apartments, making sure all their boxes are ticked. Awkward timing though. DJ will creep in. And look how the turntables have turned for this DJ as Sakura's going to fall on back. He's not going to catch the timing. Oh, this could be awkward, because now they're going to fully rotate B. eSpuma have all the information in the world. Apart from a connector split, they're going to know that the majority of KPG have to be up in the B apartments. And that will give them a lot of information.
Yeah, this flank is monstrous. Look at this rotation. It's allowed all 4 players from eSpuma to build up in this B bomb site. For KPG, they don't know it, but if they keep on going, they're walking into the stack, and oh no, he's creeping on in, and he's keeping on going. Now makes some noise, does shut down Fakes. The pistol's doing damage, and Caps and Freddy, they've managed 2 between them. Blink of an eye, Haiku's trying to do what he can. He's trying to pull this back.
Uh-oh. That Molotov, that cleared this bench position. Evans is forced out into the open. Now they know exactly where he is. Second Molotov to try and take him down, but they walk into Caps. There's the trade, and the Molotov burns down Evans. KPG pick it up after all. That was a very, very awkward round for them. Walking into a bomb site stack and still getting out, winning it. I don't know how they don't die there.
Yeah, and sadly, I mean, the only club that DJ's been in is the one that KPG have beaten him with in this round, 7-2. There is money now for eSpuma. They can get this buy on up. So they will have that to work with at the very least. There isn't going to be the money for the AWP on eBeds. He can have one dropped over from Freddy. So they get everything they pretty much need heading into this one.
It's still an awkward money situation, though, with Ebens a little bit lower and everyone else having the cash, so he's going to have to take a bit of a hit. On the other side of things, KPG, they've been great. They shut down the last round, the 2 rounds ago, with a reset coming in onto that CT side, breaking the money. eSpuma still trying to build it back up, and KPG have just looked flawless when it comes to these rifle rounds. In fact, I mean, the only reason they really lost the pistol was that smoke stick. When it came to the kills, they were all going in for Bobo. Seems like we will be getting back in, though, players beginning to ready up. And the 10th round, chance for eSpuma to maybe find some light here, Harry, because this has been a very dark time for them, this map.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly has, right? And you look at some of these rounds where they have had these opportunities. They have had the potential to find something. You know, you think about Willie K at a couple of rounds prior where he was coming in on that flank, and it didn't really materialize too much. Even in that round there, DJ had all the information in the world, had a great position to try and do damage. KPG just kind of rising to the occasion right now. Yeah, but here's the replay of that flank in question. DJ does manage this one, and his team do a fantastic job, by the way, of shutting down this push, considering they only have the USPs. It was that clutch Molotov that gets thrown in from Spuddy, forces the 2 low HP players out from the bench, and they either have to take the fights or perish in the Molotov, and they end up doing both. So now into this round of eSpuma, they don't have that AWP in play. It wasn't dropped over by Freddy. Instead, Eben's going to be relegated down to the scout. Utility is there almost across the board. Already down 3 short. KPG, they've been shut down. Caps, Willie K, and Freddy fighting 3 frags between them, leaving Haiku and Spuddy, the tag team duo from that previous round up. But this time, Haiku's been bested, and Spuddy left up in a 1v4.
Oh, and he's going to catch the players off guard as well. They don't know he's here. 3 kills for Spuddy. 2 of them, in fact, and now the A site is open for business. The Molotov towards short will cut off that rotate from Freddy. And it's him and Ebens that have to come back into this site as Spuddy gets an open bomb site to plant, the smoke to cut off jungle. Very risky going instantly in for the CT smoke, or the CT plant rather, but there's no one here to stop him, and that gives him the room to move, the time to reposition. The ace would be needed here. But so far, every round has come up KPG red, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Now if he gets this ace, we need to give him an Odense sort of cheer. We need to egg him on. Spoody in the 1v2. He's on for the ace. He's trying to pick up the 8th round for KPG. Now he's in with 4. Only Ebens remaining. Trying to go head-to-head with a man tucked away in jungle. He does peek on into him. And while he finds the kill, is there enough time left to go for the defuse? No, there's not. So KPG, 8-2.
Big clutch moment coming out from Spoody here on the stage. eSpuma just can't catch a break, Harry. Even in these 4-on-1s, they're still losing these rounds. That's unbelievable. And a really nice setup as well on that CT side. We actually had Willie Molotov short from connector to try and cut off that B play, the fast cap positioning from KPG. And that allows the B player to actually save their Molotovs from the apartments, which is a pretty valuable key there. But even with the 2-man advantage, hey, even with the 3-man advantage, they're still not able to close out the round. It will be 8-2. KPG still running away with this game. The 3rd timeout call from eSpuma as well, Harry, and we're not even into the 2nd half.
Yeah, they're running the risk of running out of these tactical timeouts, and that there is going to cause you your fair share of problems, especially if you want to try and grind this game out. You know, it's already 7-2 up in favor of KPG. I mean, look at this start. This was fantastic from the eSpuma guys. Spoody just stepping up. A massive individual play, and yeah, he does look happy with that.
Yeah.
I can't say I blame him.
How often do you get to play on this kind of stage and get a clutch in front of this size of a crowd, Harry? I mean, you gave it a go, but you bought dual Berettas in a pistol round and team flashed yourself. So
we don't talk about me.
Yeah.
Let's focus on these guys because they've earned it. Oh. Segura, lots of players coming his way, and DJ is able to pick that up. But the issue is he gets all the information on the back of it. KPG, they know that B bomb site's clear. So 3 players securing it right now. That bomb rotating round going to be coming in last. eSpuma, they do have 2 rifles to play with. They do have the kit, but Thobo, there's a smoke down.
Doing his best Astralis impression.
He really is. He really is doing a great job of building up into that game that's coming up later as well. The grand final matchup, the $1 million match.
The best of 5, Harry. I want all maps. I'm sure maybe some of the people in the crowd here would prefer the quick 3-0, yeah. But I want good Counter-Strike. That's what I want. But that's definitely going to be happening later on. Not to say it's not happening now, though. We've got a couple of up-and-coming teams. KPG especially, as they have just been so damn good every single round, right? Oh, DJ. Even getting dinged. That's going to give away his position. They're ready for it. Nice shot to catch out the smoke push, but it's going to be the split through the jungle. Caught from behind. Freddy's got his back covered. Nice setup here from eSpuma, but it's still going to be a lost round. It's still going to be a 9th for KPG Red.
And the question for eSpuma now just becomes, you know, what can they do? Even when they've had these massive man advantages, they've struggled at closing out the rounds. This time they do have all the utility they need. It is pretty much their pitch perfect buy. If they can't get it done here, when can they? The AWP going to be out on events, rifles for everybody else. You know, it's the real problem for eSpuma has been, you know, whenever they have been picking up these rounds, they've got these isolated incidents. I mean, only one since the pistol. The economy's never really been given the chance to build up here on this CT side. Cap's going to be smoking off connector. The only issue is Thobo's already up and past it. DJ manages one, but Spoody continuing his good form. And now Willie K trying to anchor down this A bomb site. Not prepared for Thobo. We're back into this 2-on-2 once more. Can eSpuma finally close out one of these rounds?
These entries and trades from Thobo have been so good. He catches a man with a smoke out in the connector. He gets a second player on the bomb site right after Willie finds 2. And a very important trade for KPG to get this bomb down. Eben's trying to flash his teammate out of the jungle, get back into the site, but Spuddy has a better angle. He's under the balcony. He's found another kill. Eben's aware of that. He will catch that frag. This is doable. This could be a round for eSpuma after all. An individual one needed. That bomb plant is open, though. That's the biggest problem for CT Spawn, where Thobo sits, and he's been flawless so far. Sticking the bomb. Eben's is sticking the bomb. Thobo's not going to be ready for it, and there it is. The stick happens. Thobo may get the kill, but the round goes the way of eSpuma.
Great that he has the AWP there as well, because, you know, it allows you just to tap on the bomb, then you zoom in with the AWP. You know, when he gets peeked from CT, he just sees the AWP sat there. He's heard the scope, so you see there's a bit of hesitance on KPG. Do they go for that peek? Is it just a fake? Great stuff here from Willie K to find these 2. That was far more than he should have been allowed to get.
Ooh, that came down to the wire.
I mean, a millisecond can make all the difference. Oh, Caps probably don't want to go back up there ever again. He's been tagged out of 5 HP, trying to jump peek for the info. He's been bought low. Has a stray bullet from Fakes able to find him. KPG just sat outside of this B bomb site, all the utility in the world, and a bit of a boost throwing on in. Okay, eSpuma, let's see if this one works out. Oh, not exactly. Segura able to go ahead and find both of those players as he dismantles that tower. DJ, Willie K, what can they do? It was a 2-on-4. They pulled it back at least to the 2-on-3. That bomb is ticking down, though. That's the big problem. And they don't have a kit to work with, very little in terms of utility as well. That one flash can be used to try and get them into this bomb site. And you can see Willie K throwing that in. He lines it up. Ooh. Segura, they've gone by him. They've gone by him, and Willie K trying his best. But it's not going to be enough. 10-3 now as KPG resetting the economy of eSpuma once again.
Yeah, and that's been the overwhelming problem here. As you said, the lack of money here for the eSpuma side, they've just been getting wrecked every time they win a round, and as a result, they can't build up this cash. They're back to pistols. There's only 2 rounds left of the half. They've got to force buy this, Harry. Otherwise, they have to, eco for a half buy in the last round of the half. That's not what you want. Got to hope the CZs and the Eagles get something done. But right now, it is all coming up KPG. And again, this default, the bread and butter for this KPG red roster right now on Mirage. We do finally have that mid push, though, to counter it. eSpuma are going to try and get in their faces. They don't spot anyone, though. A little nade and they're back off. They don't want to commit to something overzealous when KPG have rifles, but this underpass push could be well timed. Great flashbang, and it does get one. Now, do they know DJ's here? They don't. They bail. And so DJ has the element of surprise up his sleeve as he creeps and crawls from the underpass, not getting spotted. Oh, Haiku's with a nade. There's definitely an opportunity for him to catch him there, but so much information as KPG rotate out of these B apartments, that will allow for the full A rotation.
Freddy and Ebens lying in wait inside of this A-bomb site. DJ continuing on at this flank. Ooh, when he spots Spuddy, he lines it up. Easiest shot of his life. He's going to go ahead and shut down the first man. They have to go back and grab that bomb. He's got all the info. Ebens bait and switch between him and Freddy. And there we go. That's the bomb drop. Segura doing what he can. Is able to find the entry onto the first man. Now DJ arriving, always in the back, always causing hassle for KPG. And only 30 seconds left. They got to try and find this man at ramp. Now they have spotted and dealt with Ebens. Only DJ remains, but he switched it up once more. They never know where he is. Like lightning, never striking from the same place twice. DJ from CT shuts down Segura.
No
and
way.
now the 1v1. Thobo versus DJ.
He's gone for it again, Harry. He's running around the world.
He's got his running shoes on, does DJ. And Thobo left scratching his head. Where's he gone? Where is this man coming from? I think he saw him there on the edge of the smoke. So DJ creeping forward, and he picks it up. eSpuma. A 4th round, and it's all on the back of DJ's deadly deagle antics. And his ability just to fade away into the night like some sort of boogeyman.
I think he should check his emails later. Astralis might need a 6th man. 10-4, great round for eSpuma, but that's got to be a kick in the teeth for KPG. Luckily, they're aware that this half is still greatly in their favor. And these pistol rounds, these ecos from eSpuma, we've seen a lot of them so far, Harry, due to the money. And they've been really good at pushing up, getting these flanks, this information. Also, these bait setups and crossfires they've been running have been really strong, and KPG have had a tough time dealing with them, despite their really good utility usage on this T side. But 10-4. And here's the highlight, the round the world from DJ, a kill from every position on the map. But as we head into the last round of the half, at least they're going to have weapons to play with.
Yeah, it was this DJ's world tour at this point. There is the buy for either side available. It's not looking great really for either team. Willie K relegated down to that mag 7. A little bit lackluster utility here for this CT side, all things considered. You also look at it, very little head armor purchased up. That means that Thobo's, Mac 10, Haiku's, Galil, they're going to be made that much more deadly. And already the hero from that last round, DJ, has been bested. Ebens up in the window. The only issue is Segura's already gone past him. In with a second is Segura. Willie K trying to disappear, trying to pull a DJ, but he does get spotted. Not able to escape in time, but maybe this is one man they wish that they didn't hunt down.
Yeah, you don't want to push close to that Mag 7, just keep it contained. Molotov down to stop Willie from grabbing that rifle. And solidify KPG, surely their 11th round. The only hope is Freddy on the flank. And he has taken down Haiku. He has started things off here. Dropping down. But Segura's already in position. He's found 4 on an absolute tear in this round is Segura. Looking for that ace. Willie's going to be coming back through the ramp. So this is an opportunity. The first ace of this show match. Spoody going to try and take it away though. And there it is. KPG, 11 rounds on the half. Pretty damn good.
Oh yeah, most certainly for eSpuma. It's going to be a pretty gut-wrenching scoreline, all things considered. They definitely had a few more rounds where they could have picked up a slightly better scoreline. Oh. KPG, though, they're going to be happy showing up here, making it look dominant. if they find the pistol around here in this second half, then that could spell a disaster for eSpuma.
I want to hear your MVPs of the half, Harry. Who have you got on either side that's been really stepping up to the plate?
Well, you know, I think over on the side of KPG, it's got to be Spoody or Thobo. They've both been looking downright dirty. eSpuma, meanwhile, eBenz has been having a decent time with things, but for me, it has to be DJ just for that round the world play. I haven't really seen that happen before, so yeah, that was interesting.
It was just so confident. There's no hesitation with those rotates. The second he gets a kill, he's already on the run. The faster you go, the more surprising it is. But we're heading into the second half, ladies and gentlemen. The last chance for eSpuma to pull this game back into their control. Right now, they have lost grip. There's butter all over their fingers.
Oh, let's take a look at the buy there. DJ and Freddy going to be picking up the utility here for eSpuma. 2 smokes, handful of flashbangs, and already one of those going to be thrown on out. You imagine that's to facilitate this play down into mid, and it does land in the window. The other one going to go ahead and block off this vision from Connector, wrapping on round into short. eSpuma, but there's 3 players here for KPG. Caps able to open up, but they haven't bested Spoody or Fakes yet. Oh. The Fakes able to find the triple from bench. DJ does manage to trade things back, and now into the 1v2. DJ trying to be the hero for eSpuma once again.
But he can't run away this time, Harry. He's got to commit to that B bomb site. The bomb's down over on bench, and there's a setup from KPG. They try and dual peek him. They try and actually bail the man out of the site into the market. DJ gets spotted, and they're just not giving him the kill here. Segura's going to take it away, and KPG, they've got the round. They've taken pistol. 4 rounds away from a victory here. 4 rounds away from picking up that trophy. Is there anything left in the tank for eSpuma?
I mean, that's going to be the big problem, right? You're up on, you know, you're playing in front of the biggest crowd you've arguably ever seen. And you're at such a massive deficit. They've almost used all their tactical pauses as well. That's another problem for them. Things really do go from bad to worse in that sense. This is just a palace burst, a very explosive play. You're going to try and get this bomb down, try and find these players up close, but Segura not too keen on letting that happen, and this nade might even finish it. DJ brought down very, very low indeed. As he finds himself in another almost impossible clutch. Has been able to pick up Thobo. But really, they should shut him down any second now. He doesn't have armor, he only has the Glock, and indeed they will. 13-4, KPG edging their way closer and closer to closing out this match.
But they do have to get through the rifle round first. eSpuma going for that second round eco after the failed pistols. So they do have rifles nice and early, thank you to the loss bonus changes. And on the side of KPG, Harry, it's far from the perfect buy. They've got 4 rifles, 3 of them FAMASes though, and an MP5 over on Spoody. So it's still going to require a big effort from KPG in this round, despite the scoreline, despite how clean this has been so far. eSpuma is setting up in the B apartments nice and early on, but it will be the underpass crawl with the bomb at top mid. Could be that late A play with the position of Caps already taken in the Palace. And what have eSpuma got for us? It will be that A hit, it seems.
Well, Fakes here in Connected does have that crossfire set up with Haiku over towards short. They can try and trade off of each other. Ooh. This boost though, DJ put up on top of it, and he does spot the point man for KPG. There's Caps opening up, but Segura instantly able to trade. They play that buddy system up into Palace. So we're back into this 4-on-4. eSpuma looking to set up in toward this B-bomb site, leaving Willie K to keep an eye on middle, try and deny some of these rotations, perhaps come in for that late lurk up through short. Also leaves the option open to get the bomb down for the short position. Haiku doesn't quite land that opening volley, is going to be able to pick it up eventually. And now this push for eSpuma is slowed right down. That's because they're waiting for Willie over here towards short. Spoody in with the return, and he's found 2. Willie K in what was a 1v3, now a 1v2, 15 seconds left on the clock, and Fake shuts him down to KPG, 14-4. And just 2 rounds between them and picking up the victory here.
The worst part is there's not even money left here for eSpuma. They're stuck in the same position they were at the end of the last half. Luckily making the best of it and actually winning one of these eco rounds with DJ, so they were able to buy up for the last round, but here they're going to require to do the exact same thing if they want to keep this game going. It's pistols, it's armor, we've got an SMG on caps. Desperation here for eSpuma as the final timeout comes through, at least making use of all 4 of them. With fakes on the AWP into the buy round as well, that's going to make things very, very difficult for eSpuma to deal with. They've only got close range pistols, couple of deagles, but you're going to need to hit some huge shots. And right now, KPG, they're looking fired up and ready to go over on the stage. Smiles on their faces, guns in their hands. Let's see if they can close this one out, Harry.
Yeah, eSpuma, they've gone for this partial buy, knowing that even if they lose this, they manage to get a buy up in the next round. The only issue is they'll be staring down the barrel of an 11-round comeback required into overtime. So the odds certainly feeling stacked against them. That's presuming they lose this, so they go with this B rush. And actually, oh, that bomb's falling out the window. They've been betrayed by gravity, and now Haiku even doing damage from short, continuing to pick up kills, and they're just walking on into him. Only DJ remains, and as he falls, so does the hope for eSpuma. Match point for KPG Red. And they have looked great throughout, so just 5 kills is all that stands between them and picking up the victory. Buy is going to be coming in for eSpuma. They have the AWP out on E-bends. Plenty of utility across the board for the rest of the gang. Best buy we've seen them have on this T side yet. Is that going to be enough? I like these guys.
Yeah. They got energy. And look at this underpass push as well. KPG doing exactly what eSpuma did on that first half. 2 players here, but it's a lineup for DJ. He gets both kills. Trade going on in the meantime. Fakes does shut down one of those B apartment players, so we do still have a 4-on-3. It's not a grand lead for eSpuma, but they do have that man advantage. It's the push down ramp that could change everything, but Caps is holding for it. Thobo, little does he know he could be walking to his death here. He's got to check the corner. It's a slow crawl, and Caps is ready for it. So eSpuma coming out on top here at a 4-on-2. We're going to see them eventually hit this A site. Only Segura here to stop it. Still utility up for KPG, but they're going for the gamble, Harry, and it's not going to be the right call to make. It's a rotate back towards B to hope that this will be a B rush, but it's anything but. They'll probably just save on this site as eSpuma execute and get that bomb down.
Yeah, it's looking like eSpuma might be onto their 5th. They might have found themselves a bit of a winning formula. DJ has been popping off. Segura and Fakes. Issue they're going to face is they are a long way from where this bomb looks to go down. And Hugo, I think you are indeed right. They should just look to save at this point in time. Willie Cave and locking down the rotations in mid. So even if they did want to try and go for it, KPG are going to be in for a bit of a scare. No, they're going to turn around, but yeah, that smoke, that solidifies it. That's a real middle finger from eSpuma there to the remaining players for KPG, just keeping them in that B-bomb, it's like keeping them away. They don't want them to even get a sniff back into this round. And eSpuma, 5-15.
Oh, no.
Oh, fake.
Not like this. Ebems will be rolling in his grave right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's really wrecked him there, hasn't he? Still, Segura and Fakes able to hold on to this. It means that they can get a buy up in the next round. They will have rifles across the board. They will have everything they need to try and challenge eSpuma once more.
It's just so hard to pull these comebacks. 10 rounds in a row onwards from this is going to be needed from eSpuma if they want to keep this game going. And there's nothing to suggest that KPG Red should falter in this position. They have so many opportunities to just find a singular round. But we've yet to see too much of their CT side, so let's keep that in mind. Smoke to the window. Fakes, he's going to go above and beyond. He's on top of short with the AWP. Willie K won't push ahead of it, though, so while he doesn't know the Fakes got this deep, he's not going to be able to stop him for now.
Fakes. Opening up over here in middle. Man advantage taken for KPG. As they stand on the finish line, all that's left to do is cross it. eSpuma, man down. How do they try and come back from this one? One of the big hitters lost. Willie K falling. He currently sits third on the leaderboard, 12 kills, but eSpuma. Looks like their hopes, their prayers, all going to reside in this B-bomb site as they set up for it early on. Molotov to try and force Spoody out of position. He throws that smoke. Here's the push about to come in. Ebent wrapping on round from short. Will have to win this initial fight versus Haiku if he wants to play into this round. And indeed he does. So now, one man remaining. Spoody is here. But they don't know. They don't realize DJ in with the trade. 3 players still up for KPG. There's still hope in this round for eSpuma as that bomb goes down. It's DJ and Caps trying to join forces, trying to dig deep to keep them up on this stage that much longer. Bomb ticket away, KPG. They have to pick up the pace, and they'll go walking into the waiting arms of Caps, but Thobo and Segura, they pick up the kills. And DJ might be able to find one from beyond the grave, but that is it. KPG winning this series 16-5, and they'll feel good about it. Ladies and gentlemen, KPG picking this up. And you know, for either one of these teams, these guys are the future, potentially. They could be the next Astralis, or some of them. You never know, right?
Yeah, we definitely...
The up-and-comers.
Yeah, we definitely saw some great individuals shine through today. I think Thobo was a great example. He played fantastically. Segura had a lot of key frags as well for the KPG red side. So, yeah, as you say, these players are the future. We need these young guns, these inexperienced players to get more chances on the stages like this. And you never know where you could see them in the future, Harry. Definitely keep your eyes on all 10 of these guys as we're going to be seeing the handshakes going through.
Yeah, we have lots of respect between them. And I'm more of a hug guy as well. KPG managing to get the job done. And yeah, they did look committed. They did look like the better team today. It is a bit of a shame for the eSpuma guys. I'm sure they would have loved to have dragged this one out. I'm sure they would have loved to have taken it the distance. And now we get to see them lift that trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, the champions here, KPG.
Well, does it make up for last year?
Everything. We've been really looking forward to this tournament. We've been practicing really hard. Hopefully you can see that. It was great to play on the stage.
And it was great to watch. I mean, it was a very dominating performance because you did come up short last year, but you've come back, you've refocused, and a great team here. And it was so dominant, even a little bit of teabagging at the end.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have a little bit of fun sometimes to keep the nerve down on this big stage, so yeah.
Well, listen, congratulations. You have won the UC Winter Cup. It's great to have seen you on stage. Just a question about the grand final, which is coming after you. I take it you're staying. Who's going to win?
Astralis, of course.
Put your hands together for the winner of this. Here, it was great to see him on the stage. KPG. Next up, we are going to have a grand final, so get yourselves ready. It could be the biggest CSGO match of all time.
KPG getting the win there, Natu. After last year as well, they went 16-13. It was a loss. They came back. It was like a 11-1 or 10-1 scoreline at the time. They fought back, but it wasn't enough. This time around, they get the win, and they do it in style.
They've definitely spent their last 12 months practicing, that's for sure. I mean, he said in the pregame interview they were lackluster on their T side, and now a very, very dominant fashion. I was very surprised by the level of Counter-Strike overall. I mean, they were doing some good things. They're playing off each other really well. A lot of good patience we saw in mid-round situations where they wouldn't just be running into bomb sites without thinking twice. You saw them getting for example, just splitting like an A bomb site together, 2 from slope, 2 from connector. They'd wait for the right timing, use the utility correctly. So that's great to see, obviously. I mean, you gotta start learning young, right? I mean, that's a good thing. If you want to ever get into the big leagues, it's good if you understand the certain fundamentals of the game of Counter-Strike going forward, because that's just going to be a bit of a shortcut for you if you do end up leveling up to the higher tiers of Counter-Strike.
And this is the thing, right? They did it on a big stage. They did it under pressure. They came back for a second year in a row. They get the win here. And we even get a bit of the BM with the teabagging at the end. They got to throw it in for the extra confidence, right?
Yeah, I mean, you never have to forget, or you should never forget the fact that it's almost also about having fun. Again, Counter-Strike, even though it's highly competitive, you want to win, and that's what you focus on. But if you don't have any fun, you're not going to be victorious either.
No, exactly. Keeping that positive spirit throughout, right? Enjoying themselves, making the most of the opportunity. And what I love is the crowd were fully behind it as well, right? Danish fans are ridiculous. From when we're out there just looking in the crowd and hearing it go, it is such a nice feeling. It's so good to see.
I mean, almost full pack. I looked like almost a packed house for the Showmatch, the warm-up for the grand finals. So obviously, I mean, today's a big day. I mean, it could be a historic day for that matter. So it's good to get those wipes going straight from the get-go.
And even then, right, he was saying at the end when he's getting his interview, obviously he thinks Astralis is going to win, but that's not the full story going into it just yet. There are still opportunities where Liquid might not be taken out just yet.
Yeah, we're about to find out with the plot thickens, right? I mean, it's the first time a team has a crack at actually nailing it and getting that into Grand Slam, and the first time that the killer bonus is on the table as well. So that's going to be a spicy one.
Oh yes, let's see the goal to deny it, right? And what I love about this whole kind of just the idea of getting these young guys in is that this is where we get to see more development, right? And other countries need to take note of how this kind of goes down.
I think that's the future, right? I think we're going to see throughout like different countries that we're going to have much more grassroots level stuff. I mean, it's very normal in other sports, in football, in hockey, and so forth, that you have these junior programs. You know, kids start when they're like younger, like 7 to 10 years old, and then they're progressively go through the ranks, and the ones that are really gifted and the ones that do want to put their effort into it, they'll end up playing in the big leagues eventually. So I think that's something that we will need going forward as well for esports to grow, is to have these specific routes you can take to be noticed and have that opportunity to practice and hone those skills and kind of live the passion if you have it.
Well, if anyone at home is watching, make sure that you are trying to initiate something like that in your own local scene, grow it up from the grassroots, and maybe you could be on a big stage like this at one of the future ESL events. But for now, we're going to go to a break, and when we come back, it will be that magic moment. It will be time to see if Astralis will take home that $1 million, or will Team Liquid shut them down and try and win it out in a grand final for once.
If we can't pick any from Astralis, then so let's start with. I'm gonna go with Fallen because he can both he can in-game lead and he can op, so that's a pretty good. I
think everyone picks Fallen.
Yeah. Then we need an entry fragger, and since I can't pick myself or you or anyone else, I have to pick.
No, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
I don't know. I think I could like if we can. I think Rain maybe.
That's what I said.
And then we need a support player. I think I'll pick Crims actually. He's been doing pretty good.
He's not a support player.
What else should I pick?
I would take a support player. I would take Taco.
Yeah, I could do that too.
So who are you gonna pick?
No, I'm still gonna go with Crims.
Okay. So we have Fallen,
Rain, and
Crims. Interesting.
Have we forgotten one player that we have to pick?
Who?
I think we have to pick Simple, right?
Nah.
No?
No.
Okay.
Why?
Why didn't we pick Electronic? He's also really good.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
We could have taken Electronic instead of Rain, actually. No, I think I'm going to...
Electronic is not an entry fragger. That's like saying Simple is an entry fragger, but he's not.
Yeah, sure. I want to change my players. I want to take Fallen, Electronic, And Crims, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
So we're just making an all-star team now. How good is that going for FaZe?
Ooh.
I'm kidding, they're not here.
That's even more bad, man. Come on, Fallen. It's taking too long.
It is, okay, Fallen, Electronic, Crims.
That's my picks. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna take Code Zero as an anchor. I think we need a guy who's not afraid to go first. Rain, maybe? I don't know. Who should we get?
Carrick. He's also good at going first. Stewie is good at going first.
Yeah, we could actually take Stewie.
Stewie,
we're taking Stewie.
Yeah,
End of it.
Stewie. He's good at running.
We're done. We've been talking 10 minutes now.
We could take Apex as well.
No.
Apex is very good.